About to change my name to Caveman Z. Sure. Caveman Z. You chose.
Now you put it. No. The chosen part, but the cave What is the
I
cave?
said Caveman.
Oh,
Caveman Z.
Hair like a caveman. So yeah.
So,
Or caveman. Caveman. That's like a rapper. Oh, wait, I forgot you're not a rapper.
not a rapper. Private. Not a rapper. Sometimes I like to rap. Sometimes.
Do you know what syphilis is?
Well, Instagram bullshit.
When is it not?
They never let me go wild when it's some
Probably not
serious shit. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody probably played with my account again. And let me see if I can get on my domain.
If not, we can go level.
You don't even know how to get on here.
I know one. I know the password for one of them. My second account. My main account, I gotta remember the password.
Yo, Facebook fans, Twitter fans, IG fans, culture, universe. This is what they talk about radio. And I'm your host, Jim G, the dot motherfucking mall, aka bitch, I'm not a rapper. You hear me? We talking comedy and stuff like tonight. Cause we here and we making it make sense, man. You hear me? Y'all know how I like to do in the middle of the week. We kick it off with OG talk. Sit back, listen to an OG talk. You hear me? Then we like to mellow things down in the middle of the week. In the middle of the week, we're making it make sense. But tonight,
Bro,
is a
you gotta learn how
special
to talk, bro.
show. I'm not gonna say what I'm blaming it on, man. Listen, just mind your
Read the
business.
dictionary. All right,
Just
keep
mind
going,
your
keep
business.
going, keep going.
It has nothing to do with that. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, man, like I said, special show tonight, as y'all can see, because this brother just rudely interrupted me. Talking about, I don't know.
I'm a rude disrespectful.
Rudely interrupted me as I was doing the intro of my show. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm a rude disrespectful person.
anyway, man, listen. Anyway, this is making it make sense. You hear me? Tonight's topic is clout chasing / capping. What is the difference? You hear me? And I got a special guest tonight, my son. He about to get his ass whipped, so don't stop being ignorant. He need to straighten it up. This ain't nothing that I take as a joke. You hear me? But anyway, special guest.
Oh,
Yeah, Gab called him looking
who,
stupid.
who is?
Anyway,
Can we
my
listen about what
son,
happened yesterday?
Deshaun, and this whole clout chasing situation. It all started because of a conversation that we had yesterday, right? About who? Your favorite rapper? Who?
Polo G.
Polo G. Polo G. So, and I'm telling him basically that these rappers don't really be the rappers in the hood putting in all that type of work. So I'm like, these be the rappers that say or call other people clout chasers when really they clout chasing because they're rapping about a life that's not theirs. That's not their clout. So that's clout chasing. Like, because in my world, clout chasing, first and foremost, clout chasing was the person who was trying to get to another level far as in the rap game. You know, so it's like you'll use whatever rapper's name is under the spotlight. You're gonna attack that person just because you know they hot right now. So it's like you clout chasing because you're only doing it because you know they got the clout. You chasing the clout, and that's where that all came about. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's like the people who have the clout are considered the clout chasers. So how does that work? So yeah, like the rappers, that's hot. Like, but yet other rappers are call them or say that they clout chasing. Like I just
They
heard,
clout chasers.
but if they have the clout, how are they the clout chasers? That's what I'm trying to
So the
figure
one
out.
who's calling the one with clout chasers, they must be a clout chaser.
Oh, okay, so they're clout chasers. Gotta be,
Have to be.
because it has to.
How you call a person a clout chaser? You must be a clout
I
chaser.
don't know who it was, man. They tried to say it about Kodak Black, and that was something that I was just recently watching. So it's like if y'all calling people like that clout chasing, bro, got the clout. Like I'm trying to figure this out. Clout chasing in my generation, should I say, was like I said, the people who were on a lower level trying to get to a higher level. So they're gonna attack the person that's at the higher level because they the hottest person. So that's how you get your clout. Then people gonna start turning into you because you going at that person. That's clout chasing. That's how you gain your clout by chasing it. That's why it's called clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But these days in your generation, all right, then we said capping. It's clout chasing slash capping. What's the difference? Right? So capping in my world, in my generation, is basically speaking about something that you don't do. You have no ties with these gangs, but you say gang shit. You know, that's capping.
Tell him about
Like,
what we talked about yesterday about Polo G. Tell him about that.
okay, so what was it? Because you said he was.
Because I said
Oh, all right. Wait up. Because he said that Polo G is GDK, right? That's how this whole topic came about. We were speaking about that. You said that Polo G is GDK. I say, all right. First, I broke down what this whole GDK, BDK, BDGD thing is to him first. Had to break that down, right? Then I had to get into the fact that Polo G wasn't like none of the niggas that we seen in the field when it came to that. So it's like, oh, nor have I ever heard anybody, any other rappers speaking his name about any of that, like on that type of timing. You feel me? So it's like I said, capping, clout chasing, all that shit is the same to me because it's like if you speaking about a life that's not yours, that's clout chasing to me, and it's capping. Am I wrong here? That's both. If you rapping about a life, you getting paid off this shit. You got all these people looking at you as this type of person, but it's not you. You getting paid off this shit though. What is that called?
he could be capping, but how is he clout chasing?
He clout chasing because, all right, I said clout chasers are people who are at a lower level, right? That's aiming for a person that's at a higher level so they can get to that level. That's what clout chasing is, right? So by him advertising a life that's not his, that's the clout chasing right there. That's not his life, but that's the life that you rapping about. And that ain't it ain't just him speaking about. It's all rappers who's really not in the field. Like if we never seen no type of street history with these guys, which most of the time we never have. Like a lot of, especially the newer rappers, they're a lot of little dusty ass niggas that come from the hood. Like they don't.
Alright, give me one rapper who's not a clout chaser and reasons why, and give me a rapper who is and why they is. Not a
Okay,
rapper we just talking about though.
and then you got to do the same. So I'm gonna say Young Jeezy. I gotta throw bro out there because that's one of my favorite artists. I'm gonna say Young Jeezy
Let me
is
know that.
not a clown. The Snowman, Young Jeezy,
The Snowman.
bro. You don't know who Young Jeezy is? Like, stop
Give me
playing,
one of
bro.
his songs.
God damn, like Trap or Die. Uh, take you bullet cause you
Oh,
stop
that him? I was
flying.
thinking that was him. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
that one. But yeah, Young Jeezy. Anyway, uh, well-known artist in the industry that raps about that type of shit, but he really was with that type of shit. Like it's situations that we seen where he was really with that type of shit. So
Give me one.
rappers like that is not a clout chaser. All right, when he was beefing with Gucci Man, not to bring them situations back up, but that's one of the situations that everybody know about. So I'm gonna just throw that one out there. When he was beefing with Gucci Man, that whole beef got real. So that right there showed that he's definitely not a clout chaser. You know? So all right, you said one that ain't. That was my one that ain't. One that is. Niggas like Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy.
Yes. Yes. Niggas like Soldier Boy. That's clout chaser.
I
Because
already know. He always talk about how he's the first one to do this, the first one to do that. Nobody cares.
mm,
Who cares about any of that? And then there's
um,
somebody else going there and say he was the first one to have his head get it, and then say he was.
mm,
I actually seen one of the video where he did that. I don't remember what it was, but he had got something saying he was the first one to have it. But I saw another video that they duetted, showing that they already had it.
mm. That's clout chasing. That's clout chasing 101, man. That's clout chasing 101. But all right, so name one of yours. A rapper that in your generation that's not a clout chaser, and then a rapper that is.
All right,
Hard
let's say
man.
21 Savage. I don't think he's close either.
All right.
Cause
That's only because I said something to him yesterday
no, cause
about it.
yesterday I asked you about it because I already knew about it. So I was gonna see what you had to say. Cause if you was gonna say with a clout chaser, it was gonna be something bigger. Cause he's not a clout chaser. I
I
didn't see
know.
the videos of him doing what he really talk about his songs. I think that 21 Savage is really it, and he never misses. Every song that he drops is a banger,
That's a
and
fact.
nobody can disagree with that.
I can agree with you on that. I can definitely agree with you on that. You know, what's the word? Peace and blessings. I can definitely agree with you on that. You know, but all right. So you said that's one that's not a cloud chaser. What about the one that is?
I have to say Nadia. Naughty and D or something with them because they came out of nowhere and just did K Flock for no reason, and then they blew up off of that, and then went off of there and still dissing K Flock for no reason. Like, what was the point of that? I mean, I could
I
lie the
mean,
song with I, but why?
when it comes to these new generation, we just had this
And then they like
conversation.
14.
They say that's basically clout chasing. They say the person's name who has the clout. Like that's how you get on. That's what clout chasing is, literally. That's what I just said.
And didn't know
But
K Flock was like 19 or 20. I didn't know he was that young.
a lot of them young. A lot of them young. Younger than that. Like what?
You saw that
13,
the
14.
11-year-old Lil Diddy who made that freestyle.
Yeah.
You gotta hear it. He went crazy.
But yeah. So it's like, is it worth it? That clout chasing. A lot of rappers died. Like, because there's certain people that don't play certain shit. Let's be real. And when it comes to the internet shit, I already had a conversation about that. Um, a lot of that started with Chief Keef and them. You remember that beef with
Who?
Chief Keef, Little JoJo and them?
Yeah.
He was wearing like that's where all the whole internet thing started at. As far as niggas beefing back and forth on the internet. That started from that whole beef. And it extended from there. So really Chicago niggas was on it and then extended from
Miami
there.
don't like him go because,
Uh,
and then it's spread. I think it's in New York now too because I be saying that all the New Yorkers on there talk about smoking
hmm
dead ops and all of that.
hmm
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I see more New York on there than Chicago. When you told me it was from Chicago, I was flabbergasted because I was like, Chicago, I be seeing all the New Yorkers talk about it.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But it's like that's how I said. That's clout chasing though, right? So it's like this clout chasing thing is like a disease. So you see how I say we said it started in Chicago, but you so used to see the New Yorkers do it. Like it's to the point where people would think that that started in New York, as far as that Death in the Dead and all that shit. You feel me? But at the end of the day, like I said, that's the clout chasing, you know. But it don't make no sense because it's like this: if you're not a part of them situations, why use those situations to get yourself on? Like, because it's real in Chicago. Those beasts are real down there. You know what I'm saying? These people really died. That's really they homies, stuff like that. But rappers that's not from there, if they're still using that same type of lingo and using those words and disses in their rap, like, how does that make sense if they're not a part of that? You know? And this be like the people that you will listen to, like your favorite rapper. Like I just broke it down with the whole Polo G thing. You feel me?
What
That's
about
not
Nelly
the
Chopper? What you think about Nelly Chopper? He ain't
same thing. Same thing. Like, bro, like these are rappers that's not really they not known for that in the streets. And it's like a lot of people know this. A lot of people know this, but it don't matter. They all about the image and the fact that they bringing a couple dollars in, and rappers like that, they pay other people, like the real people that's real gang members and the ones that's really like that, they pay them so they can put on that image and act as though that they like that, even though they're not. That is a well-known fact, and there's a lot of artists that
So
do
what
that.
would you say? What would you say about G Herbo yesterday? You were saying something about G Herbo.
I fuck with G Herbo. I was saying him and what was I saying about G Herbo? I was saying about the dude that's a part of his crew that was doing the documentary. What his name? K something with a K. Dang, I wish I could remember dude's name, but I was watching the little joint he was doing when he was riding around. He was walking around this whole neighborhood with a cameraman. You feel me? Like walking through blocks that people usually can't even go to, or walk through. And it was nighttime. You feel me? Where it could have been all types of smoke or whatever the case may be out there. Like he really was on that. So shit like that. That's like, all right, these are niggas that rap it and they, actually with this because they're showing it. Which I feel like if you're gonna put on that type of image as an artist, I feel like shit like that should be done. That's why I used to respect the hood to hood DVDs and shit like that. Like I come from a different era where the DVD niggas was going to niggas hoods. Like you really had to see that these rappers were like that. And we seen the rappers that was like that, and then we seen the ones who wasn't. These days, it ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. It's just niggas can get on the internet and put on a fucking whole image and say that, yeah, that's what it is. Get some tattoos, put a bandana on their head, they gang members. Like, whatever the case may be. Put a couple of fake ass guns in their hand, fake money, you know. And it's believable to y'all, right? Let's be
Yeah.
honest, it is. Unless y'all actually see something where, somebody done something to them or some clown shit that they done and they ain't defend themselves, then y'all might look at them different. But if people putting on that image on the internet as if they gangsters, y'all see guns, y'all see this, that, and the other, that's all it takes, for y'all to believe it. Like y'all don't actually have to see this type of shit going on in the streets. Like I come from an area where you really had to see this. Like dudes couldn't just say, "Oh, we about that," or "We about this," and it was believable. No, you really had to see this.
Why I thought Polo G was real well,
Peace
whatever
and
you were
blessings,
saying,
King.
whatever we talk about. I thought it was because I saw a video and I could have thought it was talking about all his charges and stuff like that and some stuff he went to jail. And I thought this might have been somebody else, but I thought the video was Polo G, and I thought they was talking about some of his murder charges or something. So I thought Polo G was really that. I was like, all right, so I guess he really is what he was talking about. But then I saw the video yesterday, and it said nothing about that. It said he stole cars and stuff like
Right.
that.
Minor charges. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying though, y'all. Like this is my son. This is why I'm doing this. Like this is how we break those chains and we break those cycles by doing shit like this. You feel me? So this is like a making it make sense slash OG talk right now. You feel me? Because I got minds here with me. You feel me? And minds have a better understanding of what's going on out here. You feel me? He know what's right and what ain't. You feel me? But it's like when it comes to the rap game, and you know what I'm saying? This is stuff that he listened to. So he really be, kind of somewhat believing the shit that they presenting out here. But at the end of the day, me being who I am, I know the difference. You feel me? Like I said, I come from an era where you had to show it, not say it. Like you had to literally see this. You feel me? Not just talk about it, not make it look good on camera, not make it sound good on wax. You had to show this shit. And it's like the rappers who were presenting that on wax, they was the ones that was getting tested. Come on now, anybody that comes from my era, uh, we are the band. Peace and blessings, King. You know the vibes, brother. I believe you come from my era if you still on here, bro. Like niggas cannot present that and not be with that. You feel me? And the niggas who was presenting it, like the rappers in my era, it was rappers who were capping, doing all that, right? But when they was doing that, when they get seen at award shows and shit like that, they was getting pressed down. They was getting pressed down. You feel me? So it's like these days it don't go on like that. You feel me? Niggas just allowed it. You know why? Because it's like fuck niggas embracing fuck niggas. So it's like when you got fuck niggas embracing fuck niggas, saluting fuck niggas, what do you have here? It's just a whole circle, a whole industry full of what? If I was allowed you to curse, you would say fuck niggas. But
Yeah.
nah.
I'm gonna
But,
say it
we
anyway.
just here to know.
I'm gonna say it anyway. But
All
all right. After
right.
this, after this, if say somebody was talking about like say they were how they be naming their dead ops in the song that they had killed, or say if they just was talking about it right and they didn't do it and they went out to do it just so that it can be like, all right, they really did do it. What does that make them? Like, what if they just go out there and see somebody like, all right, I'm gonna kill them, boom? What does that make them? Does that make them really
In
about it?
my world, no. I mean, in y'all world, in this generation, it probably would.
No.
You know, but in my generation, I come from a generation where killers killed killers. So it's like just because you go out here and kill somebody, even right now, in my world, that don't make you no gangster because you killed somebody. What makes you a gangster is the person you killed. You know, that's where the gangster part come in. So it's like the more gangsters you kill, the more gangster you become in my era. That's how I became who I am. You feel me? At the times that I chose to run around and be that type of individual. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it went. Gangsters kill gangsters. That's how you got your
Where
stripes.
you going?
But no, chill out. That's how you got your stripes. By, doing shit to other gangsters. That's how you got your rank up by doing shit to other gangsters. Like, so it's like, I don't know. When you just go out here and kill somebody, these motherfuckers kill old people. They shoot kids. Like, that don't make you a gangster. Shooting somebody that can't defend themselves. Shooting somebody that's not in the streets at all. You know what I'm saying? These are regular civilians, should I say. You know? So killing those type of individuals don't make you no gangster. That just make you a stupid ass nigga with a gun. In my world. So, but that's why I present stuff like in order for us to win, you got to kill the cancer. And the cancer is us. It's like those are the people that I consider the cancer. What's cancer? Cancer is a disease, right? Cancer is a disease that spreads, you know? So that fuck nigga shit and any disease that come about with that shit gets spread. You create more fuck niggas when you allow it. That's spreading it. You spread it, nobody's spraying that spray to say, no, 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 that's not what it is. And it's like, when it comes to this clout chasing shit, that's how those cycles continue to go because everybody is clout chasing now. So it's like whatever the fuck shit that's going on, people embracing it because they just looking for the clout. They don't care about how I look or how anybody else may seem feel about it. They're looking for the clout. So it's just going to continue to go that way because nobody's saying no. This is not the way we supposed to be going about life. This is not how niggas get on. This is not how what you supposed to adapt to in order to be anybody within this world. No, I mean I don't know, man.
So what about little TJ? Is she a clout chaser?
No, 'cause, I mean I've seen we all seen situations where he done been in or heard about them. But it's like I said, when it's a bunch of fuck niggas dealing with fuck niggas, that shit don't count in my world. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't. Like you gotta be doing something to somebody. Like if I hear a real ass, if I hear niggas who not like that, right? We hear that they did something to a nigga that's like that, then yeah, I respect that. That's some real shit. You get points from me off of that because you wouldn't even like that, cuz you did something to yo. Oh, yeah, you get some points. Like it's like even if you do something and don't succeed, let's say you run into a nigga you throw hands with, you might lose the fight. That don't make you a bitch. That's why I don't get this niggas always going to go get the guns type shit, bro. Because in my era coming up, you feel me? When real niggas throw hands, niggas get respect behind that. People became best friends from beefing with each other at one point in time.
I actually did with somebody. This kid Corey that was around my old house. We was fighting, but because at first he had a weapon, but I was like, no, let's fight. He was like, all right, let's fight. So we fought, and after that, we was just cool. Because I was like, for once, nobody he ain't had no weapon or go call some homeboys or something. Because there was times where me and Glenn had to go and fight people because of that. They was always trying to gang up with somebody or get weapons or whatever. It was like a couple of times when somebody threatened to get weapons, like Christian. When I was beefing with him, he was talking about, oh, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to come by your house to shoot you and all that. I was like, what? No, you not. And then he posted some gun at a shooting range or something on his Instagram talk about this and that. And I was like, he came by the house too to get Glenn. And I was like, what? What's up? But he wasn't with it.
Listen, we ain't even entertaining that, because that's clout chasing. Glad that we're speaking on this topic, and you want to throw that out there. I'm gonna just say that's even clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta call that. We gotta put that in the same goddamn category as everything else that we're talking about. In my world, that's clout chasing because that's talking about something that you're not gonna do.
So, do you have to be like be with the violence or killing people or fighting people to be a gangster, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna put on that type of image, and let me say, being a gangster and being real is two different things. You feel me? Being real is being you, knowing you're not no punk, you're not no sucker, you're not out here looking for that type of stuff. But if it came your way, you're gonna hold yours down. That's just being real. You feel me? Being a gangster is really running around out here playing with guns, doing little shit that you see street niggas do or you hear that street niggas do. Whole time you're not gonna realize that you're not that until you're put in a situation to show you that you're not that. And as always, either jail or the other way around. Y'all know how that go. You know, and then that situation is too late. you know, but I know people who started stuff on the internet and talk crazy on the internet, and 2 days later, 3 days later, people were shot. Multiple people. I know multiple situations. I'm not pinpointing on no one situation, so nobody come at Jeezy crazy. But I know many situations where people presented shit on the internet, and addies. I mean, this is my time of coming up in the internet. People send them locations out, man. Them locations, you feel me? I went to 3 different states, dealing with the internet. But that's my art. You feel me? That's why we here to make it make sense.
So y'all was still doing addy dropping back then too?
Yeah, but it was different. So what's y'all addy dropping now?
Addy dropping as it like if I was beef with somebody and I was like, I'm not really saying he keep talking about it and arguing on the internet, drop your addy. we're gonna slide through and we're gonna throw the hands or whatever you're doing. But that's what it is now. Basically, you be like, all right, I ain't with all this internet beef. Drop the addy. I'm sliding through. Most of the time, they say drop the addy. They probably gonna slide through on some drive-by stuff. But on
shooting or just
shooting on me when it comes, what I think it is you slide after we throw hands because I don't care. I'm not with weapons with John homeboys fighting none of that. I'm with me and you got beef. Me and you throwing hands. That's how it is. I ain't getting no weapons. I don't care if I lose. If I lose, I lose.
exactly.
I'm still not gonna get no weapons and be like, all right, I'm gonna come by and do this. No, it's whatever.
Good. I mean, that's the right way of going about thinking in life. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to accept those W's just as well as you accept those L's. Like,
and if you was to do something, like if you was to lose a fight and they go get a weapon and kill him, then what? You serving time in jail now over losing a fight.
Losing a fight. And guess what? You're gonna get in there and lose many. You gonna get in there and lose many a fight. So then it's like you're still in a lose-lose. You done put yourself in a lose-lose situation.
And then they be having jail games too. And they be there.
What y'all heard about jail games?
Man, I've been hearing a lot about jail games. I've been seeing them on the 60 Days and stuff. It'd be a gang of people and they'd be like, well, you owe me cookies or something like that. And then if you don't give them, then they go out there, come to your dorm and trap you in there and jump you. Stuff like that. Or they'll do this thing. That was like this thing, I think, where it was like a jury type thing. And they'll call you in there and they'll discuss something that you did. And if you found guilty, they'll all jump you. And then when they done, they'll let you leave. And that's how you start, basically how they serve their time. They get jumped. And I saw it and I was like, yo, what is this?
Did you see that?
60 Days in, he called the dude up there. And he was like, I think he stole some cookies or something from out of his cell. And he was like, all right, well, you found guilty. And everybody said they saw you and all that.
Oh, yeah, they do stuff like that.
And they was just stomping them and kicking them. And they
got to go to jail court.
But they don't beat them like real bad. They beat them till they feel he had enough and they get them up and they be like, all right, you can go out of there.
They teach you a lesson, basically. And it's like, if you choose to go out and do that again, then that's just on you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They be the young ones, like the ones who just got in there, and the people will be starting to mess with them. But it be other people who don't even know him who gonna go there and help him too, because it's like he young, he just got in here, he don't know nothing about this, and he ain't do nothing. So it be other people, the other gangs who they'll go over there and then protect them.
And for the most part, you gotta, in order for one to learn, they have to be taught. And you have to be taught those lessons in all situations. So, that's like me, for prime example. Your grandmother it took for her to leave me in jail for me to understand I shouldn't be in jail. This is not the place for me. You know?
And is that when it took you to stop? To stop going to jail?
You said, did it take me to stop?
Like when you there wasn't just one time when you got when she left you in there and actually left you in there that made you be like, all right, you don't want to be here no more.
No, it took multiple times after that.
I know it took multiple times, but so it was the last. What was it? The last time? Like the last time you just got left in there, you was like, I don't want to be here no more. You stop.
Your brother, I tell y'all, here's your brother. I was done then. You know, then Cameron, then you, that became the life.
I don't know how people get wrapped into the streets though. I don't know how it happens. But they just be out here seeing it and then.
Well, it can come from your household, like what you see within your household. That's why I present what I present.
Polo G, when I saw it on Polo G thing. It was like he grew up in the danger field. I think he was in the Bronx or something like that, and he was just around the street. So then when his man, I guess when his man got killed, then he started doing the music thing. But I don't know. I don't know when he got into a gang or whatever he's supposed to be into.
Yeah, a lot of just jump into situations like that along down the line. Like if you in any type of gangs or organizations or a part of, any type of street shit, period. It ain't even gotta be gang, because when you in the streets and you got a clique of niggas that you roll with, you consider the gang then. So it don't have to be about no flags, no colors. You can be looked at as a gang just because you got a crew of dudes. But that's something you grow up in. So it's like you can't grow up being an average dude and you were just someone who went to school every day, went home, mind your business, play video games and things like that. Don't really come outside. When you do come outside, you stay to yourself. Just a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? You one of those people. Like you can't come up as one of those type of people and then when you in your 20s or 30s or whatever, you want to, say I want to be a part of this gang or I want to start doing street stuff. That just don't add up because it's like it never was in you. If it was in you, you would have grew up in that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what your parents may say to you or not, you still would choose to go out there and do that because that type of shit is in you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just get older and say, I want to do this. Like that doesn't add up. And there's a lot of people who does that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even against someone that's older that becomes a gang member if they were someone who was in the streets. Like I said, you don't have to actually be a gang member to be a gang member. So if you were someone that was in the streets and you came up in the streets and then you started dealing with gangs, then that's cool. You already know what that lifestyle consists of versus you being somebody who hasn't done none of that. And then you just jumping in it. Again, that's even clout chasing, right? Because you're trying to be a part of something that you have no idea of. That's not your life. So that's clout chasing.
So, are you against people joining gangs? Like, do you think that people shouldn't join gangs?
No, 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 no.
What about back then in your day?
And back then it was different rules and regulations. Like it was different codes. We went by it was morals and principles. Like now it's none of that. Like there's no rules. It's like whatever, whatever.
I used to think that gangs were just like all about violence, killing people, doing this and doing that. But then I actually heard of some gangs who was actually made to prevent all that stuff. So they was really just a cool gang, and they was really there just to keep the streets clean, keep people from doing this, keep people from doing that, and have it, basically some people just get recruited just to have somebody, just. And I didn't know that.
Stand for word correct.
No.
It's community rehabilitation and progress. That's basically helping your community. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
is that the same thing now?
No, no.
So all of
I
it
hate
is
to
different.
say it, but no, not at all. I mean, y'all get on the internet, what you see when it come to game. You feel me? Like only thing that me personally can still I can respect when it comes to how the games operate now is the fact that Bloods and Crips will be together. Certain games that's not used to being together, they together. You know, that's the only thing that I can really respect when it comes to being a gang member. The fact that y'all done broke that cycle and broke those chains. That's cool. But as far as how y'all operate and go about life and the rules and what y'all have none, and I don't know, there's no structure at all. And everybody want to be a leader, but nobody's doing the teaching. Like in order to be a leader, you have to be taught. You know, you don't just become a leader. Like, and then again, I can't say that because for some of us, it's just in us. Like me, it's in me to be a leader. It was never in me to be a follower. It was always in me to be a leader. That's why I never followed behind anyone. Ever. Since I was a kid, I was the cool guy. When I was in school, I was in cool guy. Elementary, middle, high. Cool guy. Sat at the cool table with the cool guy. I was the cool table. So And that was nothing that I tried to put on the no front or none of that. That was just me.
I feel like it was kind of the same way with me, except I wasn't like I was cool, but I was like just cool. Not like cool thing with cool kids doing cool stuff, but I was cool. Like most of the people in my class I knew, like what's up. We all said, let's say we'll talk about this, talk about that, play football, all that stuff. But I was never the guy. But mostly I was just that and fighting. Cause I'd always fight. I'd fight for my homeboys and this and that. Like one of my homeboys, he was this dude. He was fighting with this dude who was talking. Who said something about his sister, and he broke his nose. And it was one of his homeboys. End up. I guess I was there, and he was like mouthing something to me, and we started getting an argument. And then it was that we left. As I took the hallway, I went back to class. And a little bit later, we was in a hallway with one of my friends. And they was gassing it up trying to get us to fight. And I was like, well, I'm going to go back to class because he's going to sit here. And then he smacked me. And then we started fighting. He tried to Superman punch me. Like, he ran down and tried to Superman punch me. I weaved it, grabbed him, threw him on the ground, and I was beating him.
Peace and blessings, Queen.
And then his teacher came out, and he was just on the ground. She was like, go back to class. I was like, all right. But after that, when I seen him in the hallways going to lunch, he was like, what you doing? Why you saying that? He was like, nobody's staring at you. I saw you looking. I'm like, what you looking for? And he over there talking. I'm like, I just take off my book bag. I'm like, what? What are you on? Like, if you're gonna sit here, keep talking, do something. And then he just didn't say nothing. He looked away. I was like, all right then. Because everybody, it's always that same thing. They always saying something, always saying that they're gonna do something. And then when it's actually time for them to
ain't that the same? That's all. This is all adding up to the whole topic of the show, which is culture. Yeah, still coaches. Because it's like, if you're the person that's known for being that, like, if they know you for being somebody that will smack on it if they play with you, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying you specifically, I'm just saying in general. If somebody known for being that person, and then there's somebody that's really not like that, but yet they're talking to that person as if they like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know you soft. You know you're not like that, but you want to talk to the person that's like that, and to us like that.
That's like this one kid that was in my class. He was always talk. He was always have fight somebody. Always talk like he was that. And then he got beat. When I was in that school, he got beat up. They say he got body slammed. And then when I went back to class and everybody was talking about it, he was still talking tough. And then he got beat up by somebody who was like way shorter than everybody in the class. It got whipped. Was on the ground under the desk and everything. And then when we got outside the hallway, I was talking to my friends about it. He started talking crazy to me. And I was like, well, why are you talking crazy to me when you just got beat like 3 times?
Right.
And then you want to be talking crazy to me. And I'm like, well, I'm not who you think that I am. Cause I know cause at this time I wasn't really fighting like that because I wasn't trying to get kicked out of school. But I was like, no, because we can really throw hands right now. I took out my book bag and everything. I was like, what's good?
Peace and blessings, everyone.
And but then the teacher, we would end up going to class, and it was like, because if the teacher when it came out that moment, it was going to be crucial out there. Because it's all of it.
Well, I always told you about that when it came to fighting and in school, right? Never say back down. I said, engage into anything to afterwards. Like, you see people walking home, you see people in the schoolyard, whatever the case may be. Now, if somebody approaches you then it's time. But while you're in school, you have to respect the fact that you're in school. And then that's when your parents get involved. Things like that.
See, it would usually be like that. Like, I'd be like, catch you after school. But sometimes it's at the moment where I feel like they tested me. Like, I ain't no way at the school now. Like, if you really think that, because I feel like they be testing me too much. Like, they think that I'm not, I'm not gonna, I will fight. I'm not gonna fight over nothing. But when it comes to certain stuff, I'll fight. Like, it's like if somebody was to say something about my mother, you don't know my mother, so I'm not gonna care. But I'd be like, all right, well, you still got to catch me after school though. But if they're talking like on some real crazy stuff right then and there, I'm gonna be like, all right, now we're gonna have to throw hands now. That's what, like.
Let me ask you. So, that depends on, let's say, somebody approach you like that, and there's some chicks around, or it's other friends around, there's people around, right? And somebody approach you like that. If you let it slide, that's that'll make you look at what way, right? Would you or would you let it slide? First and foremost.
I might. It depends, because if it's like, all right, well, I can't be worried about this right now. I got other stuff to be worried about, and I don't got confidence. I'd be like, all right, I'll let it slide. I can catch you after school, because I see everybody after school. We walk up the same entrance, and everything, so I can catch them after school.
So it
So
wouldn't
I might let
matter
it
if
slide.
so it wouldn't matter if people around or not. You
And
still
no, I'm not gonna be like, all right, well, it's people around. I gotta do this now. No, because I'm not gonna just do
right.
this because it's people around and
Okay.
possibly get myself in trouble,
Right.
get my parents up here, have to leave their work and stuff like that. No,
Right.
I can catch you after school, which
Mm-hmm.
I have before. I've caught people after school, and it's better after school too, because then there's nobody to break it up. I get to fight to an hour and stuff, but for the fight over, not get it broken up, get it all out right there.
Word.
Yeah.
I
Now
mean, that's
Glenn
not to say
was on something else. Now Glenn, he did not care where we was at, who you
he'll
got
be
with
peace and
you.
blessings, King.
If you talking smack like that, he just gonna pop you, like straight pop you, and he gonna keep beating you on the ground too until you get tired. Like Glenn will not play that.
That's my oldest son, y'all.
I'm telling you, you should have seen him when he fight on time. He was not playing with him. He walked straight up to him and rocked himself and threw him on the ground like 3 times. I was beating him until Darren had to get him to stop. He was not about that. He gonna make sure that they learn. Like that's how it is. You get one
I
chance.
ain't really no punk, so you know I couldn't go into that, and that's outside. I would rather minds fight, and like y'all heard him say the whole time, he ain't worried about weapons or none of that. So I would rather them hold that mentality for not needing a weapon and willing to throw your hands and fight and be cool at the end of the day versus running to a gun or doing anything like that. First and foremost, I know they got their dad, so if we ever had to go to that type of level of life, they already know where I'm going with that. So they ain't really got to worry or think on that type of level. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But part of the whole cloud chasing shit situation, y'all gotta stop believing what these rappers rap about. Let us
You know, it's hard to not sometimes. Sometimes I can see it, but sometimes I don't, and I can be like, all right, maybe, because they be talking about they be going to jail and stuff, and it do be happening. But sometimes you don't see what they went to jail for, and none of this stuff is really seen.
right.
So I'd be like, all right, I think I might believe this, and then I end up finding out later what's the like when I was looking at the Polo G thing. It said murder charge. I looked up murder charge in the show. I thought it was gonna be something about him. He killed somebody. I saw it and it was aggravated. It was aggravated assault. I think no, it was battery and something else like that. He was assaulting a police officer. I think when they was trying to arrest him because he I think he assaulted a public offender or he was yelling at him or hit him or something like that. And then the police came in. He resisted arrest. I think and he might have fought a police officer.
So
And when
that
I
was in
saw
court. That was done to happen in court.
So I was like, well, why would I look at murder charge that show up if it wasn't really? So that's why I be believing it sometimes. Because I look it up, I see that, I be like, all right, cool. So, and then to find out later, wasn't really
But I
that.
told you yesterday, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. That's a fact. So even some of what you may see ain't what it is. Because a lot of stuff be presented to us on the internet, on TV, but it ain't what it is. Even with a lot of the so-called killings of these rappers, especially, whole time that ain't even how situations be going. But you know, you have people out here that have ways of making things look the way that it's not. So we speak on that. Excuse me. So you got to understand of that as well. Like I told y'all, I don't play about it. I tell my kids what it is, you know, because I don't want them growing up thinking that certain shit is cool,
Why is that
knowing
so?
that it's not, knowing that it's not. So, you
So
know.
Remember when you was like yesterday we was talking about, I was like, if some dude was flirting with my girl, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, all right, well, what I was to fight the dude or try to fight the dude, right?
Mhm.
And what did you have to say about that?
Swear, you said if a dude was flirting
A
with your
flirting with
girl.
my girl, and I was trying to fight the dude.
Oh, I said that you need to check your girl because the dude is being the dude. Now, only way that that would count is if it's somebody that knows you and knew that that's what your girl. That's when you take it as disrespect. You can't just take a nigga being a nigga as disrespect unless he know that you are a nigga or he know that she got a nigga or whatever the case may be, and then you go against that. Then yeah, you got a right to be wrong. But if a nigga don't know you or know nothing about you, and then you carry it that way, then you in the wrong for one at the nigga. You should go at the your chick, cause she the one that entertained the shit. You know, that's how you go about that.
Okay. So what if she was to tell him that she had a boyfriend, but he was still trying to hit on her?
All right, now you got all rights to handle your business. But you feel as though you need to handle your business. But I mean, you ask me being your dad and being who
But
I am. Listen,
so
you
you know,
have to take the man route first, always before anything. Before you take the physical route, always take the being a man route first. And being a man is having a conversation. Like even if you know that person is wrong, you feel me? You never know what can come out of a conversation, especially when it's a man talking to another man who has certain respect for other men being men. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be an agreement that'll come out of that, and the person might apologize to you and everything about the whole situation, and then that might become one of your best friends. You never know. So you always take the man route versus being physical or bringing any type of harm towards somebody. Take the man route first. Conversation rules the nation. Jay-Z said it the best. So, you know, yeah. Which you don't
it's
do,
Jay
excuse
Z.
me, because he's a hothead. Mind y'all, I done told y'all about my son when I said the story about I got a son that was put out of pre-K. How do you get put out of pre-K when all you
It
do
was
is color and sleep?
it was
This is the
kindergarten.
son.
It was kindergarten, and I was fighting, and I was throwing hands with people, bro, and I was
In
fighting too much,
kindergarten, y'all.
and
Kindergarten.
I got kicked out. And then when I went back, everybody thought that I had broke my teacher's leg. Wait, let me explain. It was she had a bunch of cords plugged up for the projector, and I was in trouble at the time because I was fighting with my friend in the hallway, well, not friend after that, because he was mad because we got in trouble at lunch, and now he was mad at me, and I was like, bro, chill out, because we're gonna get in more trouble if you're sitting here talk about it. And he decided that he was gonna push me to the office. I was like, do not touch me, and I swung on him, and then we just started fighting. And the teacher told me to go in the library area, and he went to the other side of the class. And I was sitting there in the chair spinning, just spinning the chair, and the teacher walked by, and she checked on the cords, and
Oh, so
everybody
you
was
out
like,
here trying to kill teachers, bro.
"No, listen," and she broke her leg. But
Wait,
she was old
wait,
though. She
wait,
was like
wait,
probably like 50, 60
wait,
something.
wait,
So
wait. This
wait,
story just got very deep, y'all.
wait. And Cameron, that when I told Cameron about it, I told him how I had cause I had rolled over the cord, and when I rolled over the cord, I got stuck and I couldn't move. And when I told him that, because I wasn't paying attention until after she fell, and I told him that
What in
they
the
thought that
world?
I purposely went on a roll over the cord or something, and like I don't know, pulled it or something so that the teacher would fall. I was like, now that teacher was cool. I like the teacher. She's probably my favorite teacher at the time. So why would I purposely do that? Yeah, I got in trouble, but that still was my favorite teacher because any other time she was cool. But I was fighting, so of course I'm gonna get in trouble. But I don't know why he think I'll purposely do that. Because if I could have got kicked out of school, or even
Yeah,
worse for
get
that.
kicked out of school. That's a charge. That is a criminal offense, my
battery and
brother.
assault.
Like, God damn, you want to
Battery
be
and
like
assault,
police? What you trying to be like the rappers? Nah, man.
bro.
Listen, they know I don't play that school shit. Like, even since day one, them first going to school, it was always never fight in school. Like, you got a situation with somebody, if they really want some smoke or they really want to fight, whatever the case may be, you're going to see people after school. You're going to see people outside of school, period. So if it's really, like that, then handle your business and then go about it however you go about it, But putting hands on women, that was always a no-no for me. And
Wait a minute, hold up.
disrespected.
Wait, what if she was like hitting you and kept hitting you, and then it got to the point where it's like you gotta defend yourself now.
You don't hit. What I'm saying, you don't physically beat or put your hands on a woman. Now restraining yourself, restraining someone from harming you, that's different. Like restraining them is putting your hands on them and gripping them to the point where they are not able to defend themselves or not able
What
to
if they
harm
kick you?
you. I mean, listen, I can't tell you the ways of what you have to do
All right,
to stop that,
let me tell you how things
but
I would handle it. If say me and my girl got in an argument and she keep hitting me, I'm gonna resent. I'm gonna grab her and be like, stop. But if she keep kicking me and she's still trying to hit me, or she was to try to grab a weapon, I would be like, all right, I'm cool for you now. You going on your neck. I ain't gonna put her on her
no,
neck.
that's when
I
you
ain't
get
gonna put her
out of
on
there.
her neck, but I'm gonna
That's
put her
when
on her
you
vest.
relocate, you leave. Listen, this is what I
What if she
say.
chased
Remember,
me?
well, hold up. Remember what I said. Always take the man route. I said that in any situation. Doesn't matter who's right, who's wrong. Always take the man route. So the man route in that situation, this is something that I didn't used to do. I would say and entertain the argument and all of that. But then I had friends that would never do that. I used to wonder why they wouldn't. The whole time I'm tripping.
Why would
Cause
you
they would
say?
leave.
Because some girls be going crazy. They will grab a
Right,
knife and
but
stab
that's what
you
I'm
and then
saying. You
go get
saying
you to
that
the hospital and try to make up
you
with you.
saying you would put her on the neck and do all that. That means you're staying to entertain it. So don't make it like you're trying to agree with me by the leaving part. Because you said you would do that. If you were to leave, you wouldn't have a chance
I
to
ain't say
even
I would
do that.
leave. I'm just saying that I wouldn't have stayed like you did. I would have, because if she was still trying to hit me and I tried to leave, most likely she's probably gonna try to follow me and still hit me.
It don't
You
matter.
see
So
what? Did you
well,
see the
it
video of
don't
me
matter.
facing his
You
girl?
still taking the steps. Doesn't matter what happens after that. You're still taking those steps, taking the man route first. So it's like if you leave, bam, that's taking the man route. You chose to leave and not entertain it. Maybe y'all can get some air, a breather, away from each other, come back and talk, whatever. Bang.
What
So
if
if
I
you
was to get in
choose
my
to
car?
take that route,
What if I was to get in my car and she was to break my window or something like that, or
all
try to
right,
get in my
you
car?
try to take the man route and that happens. So whatever come beyond that, that's all for that. So if you get somebody that angry to that point, and that's another thing, man. People couldn't be so quick to point the finger at somebody for what they've done because it might be looked at as ignorant or you wrong because she's a girl, whatever the case may be. But they never asked the question of why the person did that. So that plays a part in that. Because if you took the man route and you left to get in your car and go and she come out and then bust your window, that's taking you to another level now. You know? And when people get angry, sometimes you can't control that anger depending on what it was that got you that angry. So it's like a person can't get mad about what comes behind that because you caused that. So if you caused that, you put the fuel on that fire when it sparked, don't get mad. So I can agree with that. There's things that you do in life, and then there's things that you shouldn't do in life. Right is right, wrong is wrong. At the end of the day, in some situations there is no right, in some situations there is no wrong.
I really need to get your opinion on this because I'm not with it because I don't know. I feel it's kind of messed up to me. But have you heard of the how I think it was Joe Biden who was trying to get rid of abortions, basically making so women cannot have abortions.
Right.
Wow, what is your opinion on that?
I feel like there's always a bigger picture in anything that they do, especially when it comes to the government. So it's always a bigger picture behind that. So you gotta look at it like this. If for so long, because you do know that everything that they do towards us is to decrease our race, right? Why you think there's so many situations where black people get killed? Black people this, black people that, black people. It's always on us, right?
Don't you
That's
mean
because,
marinated color?
yeah, all right, but I'm saying in the outside world, they look at us as the black people. So why do you think that? It was always like that. That's because they were trying to decrease our race instead of increasing. So when I heard that, I'm looking at it like, so you're saying no abortion, that means they're allowing people to have babies now. Now they're trying to increase our race. Like, what's going on here? It was weird to me. Then I had to look at it like, all right, you got to go off of the food that they've been feeding, all these different type of chemicals and the shots that they've been, forcing people to take. I'm gonna say forcing because nobody wanted to take these shots willingly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go off of that.
How do they
Oh, I
force
didn't
you
even
to
see
take a
that we
shot?
had comments. My apologies. Crush, peace and blessings, King. I didn't even see none of
How
your
do you
comments,
force
brother. I'm
somebody to
just
take a
seeing
shot?
it.
What did they just? How do you force somebody to take a shot?
That's a fact, bro. Oh, that's my brother, Byron Bay. Peace to the gods. You know the vibe, brother. I got my young one up in here, man. You feel me?
I need to know.
That's my youngest.
I need to know right now. How can
About
you
what?
force somebody to get a shot? How
You
does
want
that
me to
work?
tell you? All right, I'm gonna tell you one way that they was forcing people to get them shots. When the
I
whole
wanna before
COVID
you tell
thing,
me, I
right?
want to let you think how I was gonna think. I think
No,
forcing
you
me
asked
by
me first.
telling. Hold up, I was maybe gonna say by telling, like how they was the coronavirus. They were saying they made a shot, right? But whole time it could have been something that they knew was gonna get you sick, make you think that they're trying to take it, and then when they did, stop, you get sick.
Hmm.
So is that
But
what
there's people
what
that
you mean?
still got sick even by taking the shot. But what I'm saying
Exactly.
is they were forcing people to take the shot, meaning it was people that had jobs. And if
Oh,
you
and they
didn't
went,
take those
yeah.
shots, you get fined. So it was people like, man, shit, if I lose my job, I can't pay my car note, can't pay my rent, and things like that. So that's what I mean by they were forcing people. But then you gotta think about it like it was doctors that worked at the hospital. They doctors, but they quit because they didn't want to take the shot. So it's like if they are a doctor, they work here. They know what's right for you, what's not right for you. They're doctors. So if they wasn't willing to take this shot, something should tell you that something wasn't right about it. Or something not right about it. I still think to this day that, a lot of people that did take it, they're gonna be the ones who turn, maybe to like some zombie apocalypse type shit. And then we're gonna have to defend. I'm serious, my
Zombie
son.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think that might actually be a thing. You heard about the thing in Russia where they be having like the way that it was supposed to be about like people who died from a long time ago coming back as zombies. Like I didn't see it, that people be all over. It was I think it was a video too of it. It was weird. But it be this zombie stuff everybody been talking about. There might be a zombie
Yes, sir.
apocalypse in a few years and all that. Talk about these vaccines and stuff might. So I think that might be a
But
future
you
thing.
saying they spoke about vaccines and then that?
They were speaking about how these vaccines is really not what it is, how we make people sick, and something about how zombies are people be spotting zombies, reports about it, all that stuff, and that but zombies possibly a
But you
zombie
never
apocalypse
seen
possibly will happen.
shows. You never seen shows where they like it might have been shows before the whole COVID thing and shit like
You
that.
seen the
That
you talk
where
about like the Simpsons how they predicted
things like that.
that whatchamacallit was going to be the president, predicting all this. It was
Right.
actually a rapper back then that went by the name of something who in his raps he spoke about the coronavirus a few years before it actually happened.
That's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. It's like that's what I say, man. A lot of this that what goes on today already been plotted out. You know what I'm saying? Why you think it's so easy, Google, for them to do certain shit? That's why it's so easy for them to
That's
do
what we
it
get
and
to
get
do.
away with it because it already been plotted out, to the T, like to the point where they know when they do this at this exact time that it was gonna work because they already They the ones that's orchestrating things out here, orchestrating life. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to be the ones that stand on what we stand on. That's
All right,
why.
answer me this.
Hmm.
Did I not tell you to give me a new nickname and stop calling me that?
Bro, he gets mad at me because I still call him Poo Poo Man, and he feel like he's a teenager now, so he
I am
should
te-
not have that name.
I am basically a teenager and I am getting older. And when imagine me being like 16, 15, and you over here saying, "What's up, poo poo?" Like, no, I'll allow you to say it those one that time you just did. You're gonna give me a new nickname. You can call me my little son, my little man, little mini me, whatever. But you will not be calling me that anymore.
All right, bro. Okay. Now I'm having my
Come
nickname.
up with the name now, right now, at this moment before we
Yeah, see,
continue.
listen, man, that's the thing. Nicknames is nothing you can just come up with. It's something that grows on you, or when you
Well, I already
say
got
it.
nicknames. I got Day
Well,
Day,
that's for other
got Dollar
people.
Crease.
No, they are. Oh, that's for other people. I
All
have
right, what is
nothing
a
to do with
nickname
other
that you
people.
feel that would grow on me besides Poo Poo?
Right now,
Yes.
Crazy D,
All right, call me Crazy D.
cause he crazy.
Or call
This
me
is the
this.
son that I say has that anger side. Hey, my brother Bobby Bay, you know that other side with me, man. Yeah. I don't know how long you was here, brother, when you heard me speaking about the whole school situation and all of that. You know, at the
Man,
end
when
of the
I get
day,
mad, it's no stopping. It's no stopping. It's over.
I mean, you grew out of that now. Like I said,
Yeah, but when I get mad now, it's different. I'm not gonna be like all exciting stuff, but I'm gonna get real disrespectful. Like I'll be talking. I was like when they get mad at Glenn, like I be talking a whole lot of crap. I'm talking a whole lot of crap, and I'm gonna keep going and going until you quit. And Glenn, he never quit. We'll sit there, go back and forth, saying, Yes, you did. No, you didn't. No, you did. Yes, you didn't." And keep going
that's
back and
why
forth.
everybody be mad at y'all because y'all is the two that won't stop. Like, and it's crazy because both of them is Gemini's. That's the messed up part about it. They both Gemini's.
All right, and
So
no, nobody say nothing about no Gemini's too, because everybody be talking about Gemini's, this, Gemini's that. Gemini's are just as cool or whatever as any other sign. Some of us, yes, we are very angry, and I don't know what they say about Two Face. I'm
yeah,
not Two
that's
Face.
the thing with
I'm not Two
me.
Face.
Well, no, I never seen it. Maybe because you just this is that you myself. But I never seen the
I'm
two
not Two
faced
Face.
part with near one of
Hold
y'all.
on,
To be
explain
honest,
Two Face to me right now, and I'll tell
two
you if
faced
I.
is just like 1 minute you acting one way towards somebody, and then the next day you're acting totally different towards them.
See, no,
That's
I don't
like
do
two
that.
faced.
I act the same to somebody all the time, all the time. Glenn, I act the same to him. I don't just be like, I will one day I'm mad at you, next day be cool and all that. No, I would be like, if I was, or if I was, and well, another thing is, I cannot hide if I'm mad or something like that. If I'm mad, I'm mad. If I'm not, I'm not. If I'm mad, I'm not gonna just pretend that I'm not the next day, no matter what. You can tell me, all right, we have a family, there's no people coming over. I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna be able to hide it. Especially when it comes to Glenn, because he's gonna keep bringing it up. He gonna keep bringing it up, gonna keep talking about it. When nobody looking, he's gonna do some slick stuff, and then I'm gonna be the one caught doing something back, and then yeah,
Hmm.
and I know it, but sometimes I still get caught with it.
That takes you back to the bigger man role. You gotta play the bigger man in all roles. Just because that's your older brother don't mean that you can't take the bigger man route.
You know, I have thought about it, and sometimes I have, but for the most part, it's hard. I don't know if you, I don't know if you had if any and like if on Manuel or anybody was doing the same thing with you, but it's hard because if it's like when if me and Glenn we got in an argument say over the game, and she said he get to play the game first, and I had to wait till he done. And I'd be mad about it, and he'll be like, "How that's what you get all in my face," and doing that little ugly face he do. And I could just be like, "I forget about it," but no, you know what I do? I would smack him probably, smack him, push him, yell at him. Most of the time, I yell, "Get out my face," and then it'll end up saying something else, and we'll probably both get in trouble. But it's just It's like it's impossible. It's impossible to me.
Nothing is impossible. Life is what you make it. So we're not gonna sit here and throw that out there into the universe because if you choose to indulge into that, knowing, and that's what makes it more crazier for both of y'all because y'all actually know the outcome of everything that y'all doing.
Hmm.
So you know the outcome of it, but yet you still choose to indulge into these
Yes,
situations.
because as much as it, I feel that to me it is way. It no matter what punishment I get, it'll never be worse or no, bad enough for me to think that wasn't worth it. Because so for me to ever catch Glenn slipping and able to get away with something I wouldn't get away from my mother that soul, that's something better than anything else could be. I can get 2K23 right now and get to play it as long as I want, but it'll never be as good as me getting Glenn back. Because every time I'd be the one who get caught, or we both get caught. Sometimes he'd get away with it. Or when
So
he get in trouble for being
they
outside
tell
when he's
me
not supposed
it's
to be
all
outside.
about the get back.
Yes.
They
Revenge.
are part of the get back game with each other.
Yes. It's
Mm.
all about that get back. If you get your get back, it's like with all of us. If we all beefing and one of us get the get back, everybody else gonna want to get a get back too. And this is gonna turn into a whole thing, and we probably all gonna be grounded and bored by the end of the day. That's what my
So
mother be
this is
saying
just
this
a
out
brother
loud.
thing. I'm thinking. I'm guessing this is just a
Yes,
brother
and
thing.
Kanisha always be the one who be like, "Oh my God, y'all so annoying!" Always don't even want to come downstairs no more because we be down there arguing. My mother and them be upstairs. They just turn their TV up and be like, "All right, this whatever." But if somebody come up here, everybody getting something. Or Darren comes down there, and as soon as Darren comes down there, we all, what happened? Act cool, because if Darren comes down there and he catches, he gonna take the game, or he gonna threaten to take the game, and then we all gonna be like, "All right, now we can." So basically the only thing, but that's the only thing that would keep us from arguing is the games. Unless somebody's trying to be unfair about the game, trying to get more turns, not trying to pass the stick, something like that. But most of the time it don't happen because once the game gets took, everybody bored, everybody mad, everybody blaming each other. But then it'd be like, all right, well now we can't do it no more because then we're gonna get the game took again. So it's no need for
No,
anything else. Take the game
that
and we
takes me
all
back
getting
to what I
along.
was just saying about knowing the outcome of the situation, but yet y'all still choose to indulge yourself into it. So it's like, who do you blame or who do you get mad at about being punished or anything that come behind that?
You
What
know,
you
we
chose
all
to
be
do.
getting mad at each other, but after we all stop blaming each other, we all think back and be like, well, we all did it, so get mad at ourselves.
I'm glad y'all look at it that way.
Me and Glenn and Abby, me and Glenn and Hayden, they came over there one day, and we'd be like, well, they'd be like, all right, well, I would admit, I did this, and Glenn be like, yeah, I admit this too, and everybody be like, all right, we admit it, and then we'd go off there and be like, darn, if we get the game, we won't argue. He'd be like, all right, yeah. And we won't. It won't be like that for another few weeks or something. But then something will come up and it happen again. But now it don't happen like that no more for real. Like we just I guess adjusted to it. And it's like a normal thing now. Except we don't argue to the point we get the game took. We argue to the point where we know that it's stupid now. Like what's the point now? We just stop.
I mean, sometimes you grow out of certain stuff in life.
You
Well,
know one
and
thing.
sometimes in life you grow out of certain stuff. Stuff that was cool. Just like prime example. You know how you and Little Glenn was like rolled up and done up,
I
right?
ain't gonna say we not now. We still is,
But y'all
but we
ain't as
argue.
like close as y'all would then.
That's because Glenn starting to get into that teenage stuff. Where he's starting to think
I
that he's
mean,
grown.
listen, I'm trying to make a point here about things change, people change in life. That's why you think I present love is love, you know? Because at the end of the day, no matter what type of moves we choose to make in life or go our separate ways in life, because everybody's going to go their separate ways at one point of life, you know, love is still love. Like that don't change nowhere around the board. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what it is. Love is not just a cool word to say because it's nice and you feel like you have to say this to people because that they are who they are. Like, oh, that's my brother. I have to love him. Like, no, you have to respect them and all that, but you don't have to love anybody. You know, love is something that you choose to use, which I feel like everyone should love everyone. You know, at the end of the day, there should be no hate. at all within this world. You
I
know?
don't got hate. Sometimes I might be angry at somebody real mad, but I ain't gonna hate you. I'm gonna try. I was like when with one of my old friends, Trevor. We had beef. We had beef because basically he was like two sided. Like when he'd be weird, be cool. One second, see a girl with somebody or some cool people walk past, and he'll want to be like act all tough. We stopped being friends, but I didn't hate him. I ain't hate him because if we was to come back to me and be like, all right, I'll put it behind me. We could be friends again. I'd be like, all right, because if I believe that he
Right.
will.
That's why it's
But
good to not.
if wait, what was I gonna say? Freaking, what was we just talking about again?
That's why it's good to not.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm not gonna hate them, but I'm not gonna like you. But the only time I'm gonna hate somebody is if they really did something to get me to hate them. Mostly if they was messing with my, like if somebody messing with my family. Like if I knew somebody who was cool, but then you go and you mess with my family, or you fight with my family, alright, then I might hate you. I might hate you. I'm happy because
I
it's
mean,
family.
hate is a strong word to use. You know, you can strongly dislike people. Hate is different. Hate is like you want to hurt these people or kill these people, take these people to another level of life. You know, things like
Is
that.
that what they hate me? Is
Yeah,
that what
when
it
you
means?
hate somebody, that means you hate them. Like you don't care whether they live or die. If you have to be the one to send them to heaven or whatever you want to say, you know, you'll do that. You know, that's when you hate someone. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, I
So
never
you
got to
can't
that
you
point.
can't use that word. You know, hate is a very strong word. It's a lot that comes behind that hate. You know what I'm saying? And
You know, I
everything
don't
I
think I
just
never
said.
hate. I might have said it, but I didn't mean it like that. First off, I didn't
That's
know
what
it
I'm
mean
saying. You
that.
gotta watch the words that you say because hate is hate. Like you can't
Is
tell
that what
people
they say?
that
Don't say words
unless
that
you
you
really
don't.
hate them. You say you hate somebody, that means you don't care about their existence at all, as them being who they are. Like
Is that why
spelling
people
words.
say? Is that why people say don't say not the words if you don't know what it means?
Exactly. And it's a
I didn't
lot
know
of
that whole word.
words, and it's a lot of words that you know people don't know what they mean. They just say it because it sounds good, or they say it because they hear other people say it.
Did you boil some water?
Huh?
Did you boil some water?
Oh, I got soda on you.
Mm,
Wow.
thirsty. But I feel like we just got way off topic.
No, not really.
Cause are we still talking about capping
I
and
mean,
cloud chasing?
everything still come around to it being or us speaking on the same topic. You know?
Oh, and I have another question. How do you feel about people swearing to God?
I feel like first and foremost, now I look at it differently because I understand who I am. You feel me? So now when I hear people say it, I react to it totally different because I am a God. So it's like swearing God,
I feel like saying swear to God, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it if you're telling the truth. Because when I say it, I'm saying it as in I'm really telling the truth. Like, I will never lie on God. I will never lie on God. Never. Or I might cross my fingers when I'm doing it as a joke, like letting you know that I'm lying. But I'm never going to really lie on God. Or maybe I won't forget. I forget that I really did it and then say I didn't swear to God. And then if I realize that I really did, I'll be like, take it back and I'll say sorry to God. But I'm not on like I'm a lie on God and be like, oh, I swear to God this, swear to God that all the time. No, only doing a serious situation when I'm really trying to say I didn't do it.
I mean, once you grow into understanding who you are, all that won't even matter to you anymore. Because like you won't be that type of lingo or vocabulary that you once used, or those type of words won't even be as it exists anymore to you because you're gonna have a true understanding of who you are. And once you understand that you are a God, like all that type of bull crap that's been installed into our brains won't exist to you anymore. That's how they go. But this is what to talk about radio, man. Making it make sense. Tonight's topic was clout chasing slash capping. What's the difference? We just broke it down, and I had a special guest tonight, which is my son. We locked in because this is more like a
Call me
OG talk
crazy.
slash making it make sense. You feel me? And I'm gonna start doing things like this more often, as far as having my kids involved, especially on OG talk. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all stay locked in, man. This is making it make sense. Cloud chasing slash capping. What's the difference? We just broke down the differences from the my generation and the now generation. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we making it make sense because a lot of what may have made sense to him before today no longer makes any sense to him anymore because or he's going to start looking deep into situations to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, man. We here to break. Well, I am here to break chains and break cycles, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. There is no stopping that. The energy is different. I am G the Starfire, the melanated God of love. You hear me? Talk to me different, man. Make sure y'all stay locked in. I appreciate you, brother. Say peace to my brother Byron Bay, man.
Peace, Bob, bro. Catch you later.
Love is love, my brother. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Tune in next time, man. What to talk about radio. We are the movement that's moving. If you ain't with the movement, keep it moving. Love is love.